And good evening, East Africa. Welcome to yet a brand new and also exciting week of the desk. And I tell you, this one is actually an exclusive. We are at the lakeside and we are in one of the coolest suburbs in Kampala. Yes, you guessed right. We are in Munyonyo, just besides Speak Resort Munyonyo. And I tell you, we're going to be having a good time. We're going to be talking to a lovely lady, Miss Baguma Catherine. She's a business lady in Finland. She's actually dealing in coffee. Yeah, you guessed it right. Coffee. And she also actually has a foundation, Bukala Pride Foundation, that is in Chotera in Rakai district. Did I get that right?
Yes, please.
Yes, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Good to see you. I've actually looked forward to having you. A colleague of mine, Ocean, actually told me you were jetting into the country when? Like 2 months ago?
No, I have been here like 3 weeks.
Like 3 weeks?
Yes, please.
Talk to me, how is Finland?
Finland is cool and very cold now.
Very cold?
Very cold. With a lot of snow.
You don't want us to come and make money like you.
You don't want corona.
Right, you don't want corona.
Yeah.
All right, now I tell you, tonight we're going to be actually talking about more of your charity organization. I appreciate the fact that you're doing coffee. We're going to talk about how that is going in a bit. But let's talk about the charity foundations for children. Why children? Yeah,
because in Chotela we have so many orphans. They lost their parents. A lot of them, they lost parents through this HIV disease. So I decided to help these kids. I started with like 4 kids. Now we have like 35 kids.
Right.
I'm trying to look for funders to support these kids so that they can go to school, they can have food, they can have clothes, and so on. Okay. So in Chotera district, just tell us how the HIV, because you know from history, HIV hit that place really badly. Explain to us how these children have actually been affected. Yeah, being they lost all their parents, most of them, they don't have like any of the parents. They live with them, relatives and grandparents. So with that, they had no help. And to have like one school, which is called Bukala Primary School, which is like far away from many of the kids. They have to walk like 6-7 kilometers to this. In this day and age, children still walk to school? Yes, please. So I decided to try to help few of them, which I can. Yeah. So from 4 you went to how explain to us the onboarding of these children to Bukala Pride Foundation. How do you just solicit and you say, hey, or do you have like an office there where people go and register? Before we had no office, but now the foundation is fully registered. Right. So being registered, many people were like dumping these kids to my mom's home. So my mom had a lot of kids. Whereby it was so hard for her to take care of these kids. So we decided like they should be with their relatives and I should be helping them through their relatives. Yeah, but it's not like a home or something like that. No, they live with relatives. Then. Okay, so let's paint a picture. You got the funders. Would you want to do a home? With time, I think so, because I bought like big land there, like 5 acres of, So I'm planning, like, if I get funders, I have to make a home for this kind of kids so that they can be living in a normal life, something like that, yeah. Tell us about Finland. Are there people who are suffering? Not really. Finland is really a good country and very cool because they try their best to help everyone. So even refugees, they live normal life. Okay. It's not like in Uganda, so no one is suffering in Finland. All right, so I'm going to go for a short break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about how government can help people like you, not just you with Bukala Pride Foundation, but people in your space in NGOs, how they can help you to make your space a conducive one and to take your dream forward after the break. All right. All right, now you're still a lovely audience. Do not go away. We are still on the continent's leading intellectual platform, actually the highest platform for solution finding, The Desk. Do not go away. The Desk returns in a bit.
And welcome back to the second segment of this very lovely episode of The Desk, where we're actually talking charity, we're talking business, and I tell you, we are actually talking to Miss Baguma Catherine. She's actually staying in the diaspora, but she said, hey, why don't I go back to where I was born and try to help some of these children that do not have these necessities or the basic needs, and she actually went back to Chotera. Now, you can follow this very lovely discussion on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Do it for Shadrach Kisame, do it for U24 Television, and you'll definitely be able to get us there. Now, if you have someone and they're in the diaspora or they are not on TV, call them up and tell them that The Desk is actually live on Shadrach Kisame's YouTube. And don't forget to click that bell for notifications, just in case we put up one, you'll be the first to know. Now back to you, Cathy.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so what, for people like you, for instance, you're looking for funders,
Yeah.
how can government help you in this space? More than, you know, a lot of people say government, but for you, how should government help you?
I think can help like through going through like on the ground, whereby they should help like funding these NGOs, because the NGOs, they always go to the ground than these so-on ministers, because many of them, they are so busy in offices and so on, so they don't go to the ground, but the NGOs can go to the ground, so the government should be like helping to fund the NGOs.
That are actually on the ground.
Yes, great.
Speaking about it, because you see government will tell you, do you know what LC1, do you know leader babavubuka bakola emirimu gyegimu.
Yeah, baba bakola emirimu gyegimu, but waba tewaliwo akiteekamu sente.
Right.
So it can't move on. Yeah, so it needs to be pushed. Yes, please.
Did you grow up in Chotera?
Yes, please. I'm born in Chotera,
Take me through your
Oh my God, life was very hard. Very hard. We used to walk like 4 kilometers to look for water.
You're kidding me.
Whereby the water we used to be using, it was shared with animals and human beings. So the life was really hard, and still the same thing going on. So I was working on it, so that I should be supplying clean water through boreholes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How expensive is that?
I think one borehole can cost 15 million Uganda shilling. Yeah, roughly.
So I want you to look in that camera and talk to a girl down there in Chotera who was just like you, and now you stay in Finland. Tell them that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, hi everyone. I think you should never give up on your life, because it was really hard for me, because I had so many sponsors who took me to school. It was not through my parents who were paying my school fees actually. So that's why I got this inspiration from those people who helped me. I thought about it a lot when I was growing up, and I thought like when I grow up and have something, I think I should open up an NGO to help the poor ones. So that's what I'm doing now.
That are living down there.
Yeah.
Because what other hard thing is there? Let's talk about the education, because you talked about water, the distance to get water. How about the distance to go to school?
We used to walk 7 kilometers from where I grew to the school which I went to.
Haven't things changed a bit? Hasn't government built schools nearby people's homes?
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. There are like 2 schools. One is like 5 kilometers, another one is like 7 to 8 kilometers. Yeah.
So it was all the same thing?
Yes, nothing have changed with education over in Chotera, where I grew up in Kala. So I think the government should look about that to improve on the schools and so on, because it's really hard for the kids over there. Many kids, they don't go to school still. They are busy taking care of animals, cows, for example. So,
but right now, same thing. Right now, on the entire Shadrach, give me 2 cows right now. They have like how much? Like 3 million?
It could be like 1 million or something like that, but because you will not be selling cows all the time to take these kids to school, because if you have like 4 or 5, so at the end of the month or the year, these 4 or 5 will be done. So that's the big deal.
Right. Before we actually go for a short break, let's talk about the health facilities. right there. Because you know, I want you to paint a picture for someone like me who has not been there.
Yeah.
I want to paint a picture. How about the health facilities? Was it easy for you to access? Is it easy now?
It's not easy still because we have like one health center, which is very far still, very far, like 15 or around kilometers from these people living in Bukara. So they don't have these health facilities still. So also the government should think about it to construct more health centers over there, because many people are dying when they are giving birth, when they are sick. It's like long distance. Transportation is still a little hard. So they have to use bicycles or...
They're not people with motorcycles, they're not people with cars?
Not really.
Taxis, you have so many taxis in Kampala.
Not in Uganda. They have motorbike and bicycles. So they should think about it also.
So how do you run this whole thing? How many times do you come to Uganda, say, in a year?
In a year, I come like once in a year, sometimes twice. Yeah, but I have people working with me. They are living here in Uganda. Yeah, and my mom living in the village, and my father, so they're doing also the work with me. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say 2021. Before we go for a short break, say 2021. Where do you see Bukala Pride Foundation?
2021, we managed to buy this big land, which is like 5 acres, and I have managed to take these kids to school until the COVID came in. Now they're at home, so at least we are moving.
What age are we talking about?
They're like 4 to 13, 15 around. Yeah.
So what happens after? Them secondary where it's expensive, but then nobody cares?
Actually, I have some which are in secondary also. Yeah.
So what happens when you come to university?
There I don't think I will continue, but if I get the funders, we can continue with them until they finish their school.
Alright. Yeah. So now, let's go for short break. When we come back, we'll talk about maybe the coffee business, and you assure Ugandans that there's business outside Uganda.
Yeah.
Alright, now you're still a lovely audience, do not go away. We're having a quite social episode, and I tell you it is quite disheartening what people actually go through down there in the same country that we're in. Some of you are in Kampala, you're enjoying your beds, you're enjoying your luxurious cars, but people are actually facing a lot down there. Now do not go away, the next returns in a bit. Alright, welcome back to the last segment of this very lovely episode of The Desk. I tell you, now more than ever, I'm still yours truly, Chandra Shagaf Kisame, and we are with Miss Baguma, Cathy. She's actually trying to tell us, she's taken us through her journey in Bukala, down in Chotera. Ask me where that is, I can only look out for my primary map. But however, she's telling us things that are going on down there. Now you can follow this discussion on social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Do it for Shadrach Kisame, do it for U24 Television. And the number on your screen is for you to advertise and also to feature on the desk. The reason as why she's on the desk is because she called that number, and we were definitely able to get to her so we can actually air out some of these views, and you can actually be the judge. Now you can sit back, relax, lean forward, or even stand up, because the desk has 10 minutes to go. Back to you, Catherine. Now,
That's right.
Most of the girl child down there, but yeah, but to go abroad, they only want to maybe to slay and what. Now tunda mwani.
Yeah, tunda mwani. I take Arabica coffee from Umbali and Kasese, because in Europe they like Arabica coffee more than Robusta. So
before you even go to through the different dynamics in coffee, first tell us the work ethic. Mukola nyo.
Tukola nyo, ukola. Some people, they don't sleep, they sleep 4-5 hours in a day. So people work there, people work.
Before we came on camera, you told me you call Monday to Monday.
Yeah, sometimes Monday to Monday, sometimes I don't work on Sunday because I have a family there.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have to take care of the kids also.
How hard is that?
Yeah, it's still hard, but we have good system. The kids go to daycare and they stay there the whole day. Then you pick them in the evening. So, like that.
Oh, so they are still as young as daycare?
Yeah, as long as they are 9 months, they start going to daycare and you go back to work.
And they are perfectly healthy?
Yes, they provide everything.
Maybe even to be honest, because I remember omwana yayonkeranga 2 years.
No. Asooka okuba ng'ayonka naye ng'agenda mu daycare still. Yeah, kasita ali 9 months. Yes.
Oh, is it why they are sharper than us? To breastfeeding?
Not so.
I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was telling, it was actually Ocean, he was telling me, baby, I took a msichana but imagine Luzungu.
No, actually, obutamanya Luzungu is not important because it's not your mother tongue. Everyone there has their own mother tongue, so they emphasize kids to speak their mother tongue, not English even, because every country uses their mother tongue. So Luzungu tekyabanga kikulu as long as otegeera. Yeah.
What they are saying.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about the coffee. Why coffee in all things when you went to Finland?
Yeah, being Finland is really a cold country, and they drink coffee a lot. It's the leading drinkers of coffee in the world if you check.
Oh, okay.
So because it's a little cold, so they have to drink coffee all the time. All the time. People moves with coffee in their hands. So
there's market.
Yeah, the market is high actually.
So how do you identify? And because you know, you're talking to a lot of people down there, so that's why I'm asking you, how do you decide? How do you start? How did it take us through the conception?
Actually, I have like an uncle of mine. It's called the Bulamu Coffee. I used to go to school with the kids, so I used to see him making good money in coffee. So I was admired, yes, from him. So Ningamba, when if in a capital, I would do coffee in Europe. So that's how I started.
That's how you started.
Yeah.
And then, so tell us how easy is it? Don't they tax you a lot? For instance, how many kilos would you maybe export?
For now, I take like 1 ton because the company just started last year.
1 ton?
Yeah, the company has just started, but with time, I think I'll take more than
1
that.
ton is like what? 1,000 kilograms?
Yes.
That's too much.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Kind of.
You're moving a lot of weight. So take us through your business model. You like have a shop in Finland. That's quite expensive.
For now, I was planning to open up a cafeteria, but for now, I sell my coffee online. I have a web shop.
Okay.
Yeah, and I do deliveries to different offices. Yes, please.
Now, you've actually brought in something very important that Ugandans are actually trying to adapt to. That's e-commerce, where you sell online on your web shop.
Yeah.
How effective is that back in Finland? Shall we ever get there?
Online shopping is so easier because you just ship them and people pay by credit cards. So I don't need to go to pick the money and so on. As long as you order, ship, then I get my money there and then. So
how sure are they about your quality?
They test first because all my customers, they first buy a little, then they test, then they come back again and again. So, yeah.
Because here in Uganda, to ekizibu naddala mu abakazi if you something ayagala nakikwatako nagamba mbadde manya kakondoka wangu nnyo. I sold shoes online before and I was doing women and men, but nasooka nenva ku bakazi mubadde manyi kala ya peach naye kati simanyi erabika etya simanyi kakondo mbadde manyi 6 inch. Like, do you think we shall ever get to like where those guys are, where they just trust the brand and shop?
Yeah, they trust the brands because in Europe you can't take like fake things. First of all, before they enter, they first go through laboratories and so on.
Right.
So they know like everything going there is like quality because they test before you take them to the market.
Right.
Yeah.
Nene wano tulina UNBS.
Yeah, we're in some things can change here, not like in Europe.
Yeah, they're strict.
Yeah.
All right. So actually, before we wind up, because you know we can never exhaust everything here,
yes,
but before we wind up, there's a girl watching you there. Ngaye kugenda bweru chechi is the end of the world. Bwaba tagenze bweru then wana Uganda tasobole. Magezi kigomo. What would you advise such a teenager or?
I don't think kugenda bweru is success, but you can be here also and you succeed.
How? You're saying because you're already there and you reach how?
No, you can succeed here. In Uganda, there is a lot of opportunities because here you have a lot of land. If you invest in land and start farming, I'm seeing a lot of my friends, they are doing farming. So they earn good money in farming. So if you're like bright enough, you can live in Uganda and live normal life. You don't think like going abroad is how you will make money. n'ekitono ky'olina, you can use
You can
it here
start with
and you become rich with the small.
You know, before we came on set, someone was telling us, you come and you say, oh, you don't know how blessed you are in Uganda. You don't know how blessed you are in Uganda. Let them come out.
To come out, it's what China to manage. Yeah.
All right, it is a wrap. Catherine, anything you want to tell someone out there? Maybe, for instance, the people that want to help you fund Bokala, or people who want to work with you, people who want to expand, give them either a phone number or social media or anything.
Yeah, you can find us on our page. It's called Bokala Pride Foundation, and we have also the website there. In case you want to find.
Page, you mean all social media?
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram?
Yes, they are like on social media everywhere. Then there is our website there. If you like feeling to donate, there is also donation on the web. So you feel free to check about it.
Let me ask you something. We have a lot of NGOs. I'm passionate. Then when funders come, why should Ugandans trust that yours is going to stay for a while?
I think it depends. Being I started this NGO, Nganzo Omuntu. So
it wasn't about the money.
No, it was not about the money. So if they come, it's okay. But if they don't come, still it will go on slowly by slowly until it goes where it has to be. Right. I will not say like Oriajana take away NGOs afterwards, collapsing and so on, because it's not easy also. It's not an easy job. It's a lot to do.
It takes a lot.
Yeah.
It takes really a lot. I heard actually the other time I was watching on the news, an NGO, they had frozen their bank accounts. Or what? I do not know. Do you what in terms of transferring money? Do you guys have issues with government or anything that maybe you'd want government to? I
don't think so. Maybe those are fake NGOs. If they are fake, if they are fake NGOs, still they have to freeze these NGOs. But if it's genuine, I haven't had this kind of. Okay. Yeah.
All right, it's a wrap, Catherine. It's Corona. This is the new normal.
Thank you.
This is the new normal. I used to like handshaking with my guests, but now.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming.
You're welcome.
Hope to see you next year. This year.
In July.
Do you be back for the foundation again?
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you very much for the work you're doing. I appreciate and respect you for that. Not so many people actually do that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. You wanna send any shout outs to anyone?
Yeah. Greetings from Uganda to all of my friends over there. I love you.
All right. Now, you've been a very lovely audience. Thank you very much. Now, we appreciate every time that you keep yourselves glued onto U24 television and The Desk in particular. Now, we trust that every time you watch The Desk, there's something you learn, because we always keep you educated, motivated, and inspired. Like tonight. Now, for me and the entire U24 management, we'd like to sign out. We'd like to say good night, good luck, adios for God and my country, and may the good Lord bless this beautiful Uganda. Now, until next week, same place, same time, and of course, same host. Good night.